And just like that, we're back. Santa Monica, once again. We've gone nowhere. We're in the same place as we were 5 minutes ago. And we have some serious Counter-Strike coming up for you. Some titans in North American Counter-Strike on either side of this boxing squared circle.
We should be standing up, James. We should be standing up. This is going to be really exciting. I feel it's like it's wrong. We're sitting down. We're too relaxed.
I am not going to.
What a showdown! It's the final showdown. It's the final showdown of the online season, James.
I'm not standing up.
I would love to stand up, but my cord doesn't reach.
I'm gonna stand up right now.
So I can't.
Look,
I can't.
look.
I can't stand up. It's a cord. It tugs.
It's fine. I guess I'm a better height than you, James, for this.
Ooh.
It's not really a dig. I mean,
I suppose so.
That's really a
you're
fact.
you're behind on the evolutionary points. I'm taller, so.
Well, tall people don't live as long, so who's really winning there?
That's fine. You'll just be old and decrepit, and people have to wipe your ass for you, so that's fine with me. 268 days since you could draw on the map. How many days left until Dan's got to get someone else to wipe his bum for him? I don't know. Answers on a postcard, answers on the socials maybe. Not to his, not to mine though. Let's look at the bracket and see what the stories that have led to this point, this final this week, to find out who goes to LAN. Unlike Europe, where this week it was mostly NIP or a Vanguard who could have made it. There were quite a few. Even INTZ could have made it to LAN this week, but it is now down to MiBR and Team Liquid. Winner goes to Nando's. That is basically the situation. 2-0 over Singularity, 2-0 over Cloud9 for MiBR. And Team Liquid 2-0 over Space Station, where the revolving door continues. They just announced 2 more players, and maybe they're separating from the brand of Space Station. But anyway, 2-0 over INTZ as well, who had a shock win over Luminosity. And it's MiBR versus Team Liquid, so it's 2 teams who should be in the final. I don't know which way this one is going to go. While we see some inconsistencies from MiBR, I think stylistically this one matches up quite well. And depending on what the map's going to be, I think this could be quite explosive. Let's look at the Veto, shall we? Let's get straight into it. Look at the Veto and see what maps these teams are going to be playing on, and then we can discuss it in more detail. Will we see a Vertigo Veto? Not just yet. Oh.
Don't let it float.
Whoa!
Oh. Team Liquid with the band.
In a way, I'm happy. I want to see some well-known maps in this matchup. Overpass, Mirage, and Inferno. I think this is juicy, man. I think this is very juicy indeed. Dan, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's going to be really good. I already have my prediction ready.
Okay. Right. Well, let's do it. Let's do it then, Dan. Let's do it. What is it?
MiBR.
I'm going to get MiBR as well.
Because
I think stylistically, it works.
It's because MiBR, also because Team Liquid, they got their bottoms powdered, spanked by Vitality.
It's true.
Okay. I think it's weird. I think Team Liquid are the stronger team at the moment, or the more consistent team. But I think stylistically, like MiBR, when they have a good stylistic matchup, I think that they can devastate. And while on paper, I would say you have to put them as an underdog, I still think they're going to win.
If I went 2-3 weeks ago, I would, without hesitating, pick Team Liquid. But last couple weeks, MiBR has been hitting their stride and been looking really good. Oh my goodness! But maybe, you know what? I'm gonna let's go with Team Liquid. I'm gonna be that guy.
You're gonna regret this. I can tell, because I can tell that you want to say something else, but you're not brave enough.
No, I'm going with the heart on this one, not the brain.
Okay, Connor, what do you think of this one?
I'm going to go with Liquid, but I think this is the best this lineup of MiBR's looked, but I still think Liquid will win.
Okay. That's very interesting. This is a solid 50-50. I am very curious, actually. We're in a weird spot in North America because, traditionally speaking, Cloud9 is the biggest brand. I think they still are the biggest brand in North America as far as Counter-Strike are concerned, at the very least. Liquid have always been second place in my eyes in that respect, but Cloud9, beyond the brand, there's just a lot of... There's not much there at the moment, but there's a lot there for Team Liquid, and there has been. They've been solid for a long time. Just had one chair, one person stands up, one person sits down. So in terms of the fan predictions, I'm very curious how close it will be. I think if it was Cloud9 and MiBR, it'd be like 50-50. But for Team Liquid, I'm curious, because it's about, the support for the teams themselves. And there we go. That's pretty solid. 59%, 41%. So you've got America behind Team Liquid. That's good to see. But MiBR, I think the Brazilian fan base is insurmountable at this point. I think they're the biggest fan base for any team or any country at the moment. Now, let's see what Pinnacle are saying about this. Where do their odds stand? We're a bit 50-50. And these are sensible odds. you've got to be sensible, and Liquid are the sensible team to pick. So I think that's fine. MiBR in the short term have looked pretty awesome though, but against what level of opposition? Now this is the true test, going up against Team Liquid, and we'll really see what kind of shape they're in. But we will say that Fallen is in amazing shape. He is having the time of his life these last 2 weeks.
And that's going to be a problem.
Yeah, opening up with Overpass 2 is it's a pretty good spot for MiBR to run all their shenanigans, and they've been running the shenanigans really effectively. Team Liquid are one of the most prepared teams though, generally for stuff like that, and I would imagine that their result against Vitality was also a degree of unfamiliarity with that lineup. Vitality has been pretty incredible recently, like one of the up-and-coming teams for sure. So I think that's I think it's somewhat anomalous. I think it will even out. So although I said that was part of my decision in picking MiBR, a lot of it is also, as you said, as Connor said, MiBR are really hitting their stride right now, and I feel like in the online format it's going to be, there's more to prove for MiBR than there is for Team Liquid, and I think that Overpass is the best way to start this. So I'm really excited, and we're going into it.
Yeah, we are indeed. We'll see who starts on a CT side, who starts on a T side. This is a really good set of maps for these two teams. Nitro with a smoke grenade and a CZ75, which would suggest he's looking to deal with a potential push somewhere. A rush of people, a massive humanity. MiBR halfway through the tunnel, maybe in case of a push, maybe in case of a HE grenade. See Sir having a look, but getting taken out. The bomb hasn't been spotted just yet. coldzera now closing the distance with this clock, but they're ready for the double peek. He's aware of it. There's the first one, can't quite get the second. Moving through Monster Tunnel, however, Taco tries to clean up, but he's got to be careful to his right. There's his right taken care of, but the left will trade. And again, there's another crossfire. We've seen 3 crossfires from Liquid with different plays in that short B position, and it gives them a 2 versus 1 advantage. Phelps in the water. He knows Naf is in graffiti. I don't know if they know where he is. It would seem perhaps so. Does he see the arm? No. Okay, his teammate must have told him, surely. Naf in the red. Where's the trade fragger, though? A few steps away. Elige facing now. You can see him repositioning, but he can't get that last bullet. He hears the reload. He knows exactly where Elige is. Does he hear the rotation towards the heaven position? He does. So he has to reposition as well, but he hasn't got the bomb just yet. And Naf has gone back down the stairs. If he can grab the bomb, then there's even a potential rotation towards Aeon. He's still got 35 seconds. The pillar position is clear. Moving to that short area, and Elige will get there first. And that's a very tough pistol for Team Liquid.
That was a fun round to watch because both teams did actually a pretty good job of exchanging kills and going 1 for 1, but Liquid just had that extra person there, and the timing was right for them. It's just a nice display. I like it.
4 SMGs for Team Liquid after winning the pistol. 2 MP9s, 2 UMPs, plenty of grenades. Nothing untoward. 4 Desert Eagles and a scout for Fallen. You do love to see Fallen on the scout. Ex-teammate Stewie makes his way to short B. Almost looked like wildfire. That smoke in the water. The HE rather. I do wonder if Stewie and Tarek knew that the MiBR thing wouldn't work out, would they have stayed with Cloud9? I wonder.
Probably.
What are they trying to do here? Oh. Oh! Stewie's like, you what? You absolute what? Beautiful. The cleanup, the aggression from Team Liquid. Take the game away from MiBR. You can't allow them to lurk and get up to their shenanigans because it will cause you a lot of problems. Fur doesn't have the bomb. Looking to do damage at this point. Plenty of time creeping. There is an off angle in the connector position. The door's been opened, however. But he's just edging forward, trying to get anything out of this that he can.
Not gonna get anything done though.
No.
And then gets bonked with a nade. And talking about a game of time, if coldzera, hit that shot at that right time, both MIB players would survive, and it could have been a way different round. But sometimes you just got to get a little lucky. Stewie got pretty lucky.
Indeed, he did. On pistols now for MiBR. 2,200 per person average. They have a flash, a bunch of P250s. Only a Glock for Fur. Not fancying it. I learned a lot from a recent MiBR video about dealing with T-side overpass and those harassment molotovs from CTs. Very valuable videos they always put out. Well, there's the initial exchange of grenades gone. I say exchange of grenades, really it's just Liquid throwing them. No Kevlar to be found on any of these players. No Kevlar, no helmets. Helmets, no Kevlar. And they wait. They have advantageous distance. And Naf just peppers. Nothing of great concern going on at the moment. Fallen creeps his way up.
Ooh.
And Nafline makes some more money.
This makes it
4 kills for him so far. And Ferro's alone once again with a Glock, not even a P250 this time or a Deagle or anything, just a Glock. Just one man with a Glock and the bomb. Ooh, you might want to run and try and plant the bomb.
Oh, he might be able to sneak.
I mean, you're not expecting the bomb site to be empty. If he just keeps going and plants for CT, but he'll never know what could have been.
Yeah, I mean, it's Team Liquid playing very aggressive towards Connector and Water the last 2 rounds, trying to establish a condition for MiBR that they want to start off aggressive, take choke points, force MiBR to either group up and try to take choke points, or maybe to even slow it down, which could help the CTs a lot in finding information and allowing time to fall back in mid or later rounds.
Well, Liquid's TeamSpeak died, so that is the reason for the pause. And MiBR, I feel like they're about to unleash the beast. This is where we get into the real counter-strikes. We will see, I would imagine, an aggressive default from them. They know that Team Liquid doesn't have the AWP, so they don't have to worry about some of those forward AWP angles, so they can go a bit faster. They have weapon superiority, so there's a potential that Team Liquid might try to push something, but ultimately I think, you know, if the AKs will perform very well in the default towards A. If MiBR decide to go for a default that focuses on sewers control, that would also work really well. So, I mean, really, they have so many options here, and you can see that's a deep molly to slow down the default, actually, and that kind of allows the CTs to get into more of a position. And here they're going to try to play aggressive with it. Fur try to play around the smoke here. Stewie knows that that's likely the case. This is a fight that Stewie wants. He's got a UMP. He wants to go close. Does he try to... Oh, he's actually going to push it, and Fur has no idea. So Fur really playing a dangerous, dangerous game there, and he will not be the winner, as here is a pursuit. And Phelps can't find anything. So Team Liquid have stolen away an AK, picked up a kill on a player, and that is exactly how you want to start this round off. They're not done. Just go for a going for a quick pop flash play to see what's going on at sewers. They don't go too committed though. And there you go. That's what MiBR needed. They needed to pick somewhere, and coldzera is the man to do it. Ooh. Okay. Well, everyone's dying now.
Everyone's dying, and now Team Liquid is forced to rotate through quickly to the B bomb site. MiBR is not quite taking the B bomb site just yet.
The bomb's alone on A long, so that is probably the reason for that. Going to, instead of trying to like commit it towards B and then, you know, having a really, really delayed plant and then having the bomb run by itself across the map to try to get there, they're just going to move with the bomb. I think that makes a lot of sense. You can see Team Liquid don't have B control, so they have to boost to check the spots. They're thinking that it's probably a B plant. And now they're committed towards B. That almost commits them to a save because they're out of position. So MiBR with a good round, and we can see that, you know, I was talking about an aggressive default because of the lack of an AWP. I like how Team Liquid threw the incendiary towards the playground to try to deny a fast timing to that default. And then they found an engagement. They found a 5v4 and an AK upgrade out of it. So that was good anticipation from them, but there were still so many dangers in the rounds which they were unable to overcome.
I think one of the big mistakes that Team Liquid did, specifically that round, is towards the catwalk area of B. You saw Stewie and whatnot trying to flash peek it, but they decided not to, which was actually the right call because MiBR had 2 players stacked in water. But the problem after this is that they ran back without looking at a possible lurk from the water, and coldzera just literally walked up and able to get 2 kills on that B bomb site. Liquid should have kind of maybe expected something like that, because we did have a player from Team Liquid pushed towards aggressive bathrooms. So I mean, if they haven't taken that yet, you gotta expect them to be outside B or even like a couple people in the area.
Indeed. Did one of those mollies miss, I wonder? But
I don't know what a second one was even for.
I think it's to absolutely prevent CDs from running through. Because it's one close sandbags and one behind the sandbags, I think it was.
So CTs run through it, they'll lose like 40 HP. But if there's 2, you're dead.
They're losing anyway. 2 players taking out Nitro and Elise. Stewie moving through the toilets, trying to make a difference. Here's the footsteps. Fallen going wide. Doesn't show the shadow, but Stewie's got the headshot anyway. Now the bomb's been dropped, and that needs to be dealt with. Phelps will spot. Stewie wants the duel. He's ready for it, trying to reposition, still alive. How does he get away with that? 8 HP. Brutal stuff.
That makes no sense.
That's probably why he did.
That makes no sense.
You can't re-peek, so you can re-peek.
I don't know, man. I think you just can't re-peek. Honestly, in that spot, that is, you're down to like 30 HP, coming into the fight late. Guy's already shooting at you.
Yeah, but if you're Stewie 2K.
You have to instantly land your first 2 bullets with the AWP.
I think 8 out of 10 times he's dead in that situation.
Yeah, I actually think that's not a good play, because he's escaped. He's escaped. The T's can't move forwards.
But that's happened.
So why would you expect him to re-peek? He's
Well, no,
making a play to catch him off guard.
It's not about expecting to re-peek. He was already being shot at. He's re-peeking into an angle he's already being shot.
Well, he stopped shooting.
Did he? I don't think he did.
Yeah, it wasn't a continuation spray.
He did hesitate. He hesitated for a split second, but that hesitation was enough to not get the kill.
It was ultimately a very pivotal kill, and Liquid, who were in a bad spot, have now recovered. They've got 3 AKs out of it, which is pretty awesome. But MiBR have 3 AKs too, and now they've got an AWP on Fallen. And
it's a moneymaker.
it always feels strange to play long, because sometimes it feels like you'll never get action, and so it can almost feel like you're just not having an impact in the rounds by playing around long. But at least might get some action here. He's spotted one. Fer tries to bait out the shot, so he does understand there's a player there.
He jumped so wide, I can't believe he actually managed to escape that. Just the hang time was ridiculous. 1 minute on the clock. Liquid looking for info, seeing nothing short B, and that will be enough to rotate the 3rd person towards the A bomb site, and they're not wrong. We do have a lurker in Taco though. Fallen taking much damage, trying to find a frag, but being given nothing. That's where you look for the jump peak. 2 came and went by. Rainbows. CT's rainbowing on the A site. Fer's up close. That smoke will obscure some vision, especially towards the entrance of the toilet from the stairs, from the trash. Molly behind default. Again, denial of information from MiBR. Now, with Taco still in short B, I wonder, well, the bomb's committed long and there's no support for the bomb, so if the bomb gets taken out, there will be issues. You can see Eligia's position. Now, there could be a pop flash at any time. He just pops out, and that's that. 10 seconds, the bomb's on long. You can't win the round. That's a wrap.
And now it's just too much to recover, surely, for MiBR. They don't have enough players or time, and indeed, time runs out. Try to stay alive after the time, but he's so careful, and I managed to do so. But another round for Team Liquid. And so much of it comes down to the round previous to that one, where MiBR had that big advantage, and Liquid were able to recover. That's really messed up MiBR's momentum. And that could be, looking at the game later on, that could be a really pivotal moment overall. But the guns saved will be reinforced with some pistols and armor. Colzer and Fer find that pretty low. And that nade did pop pretty late. But Fallen, it might still be worth it. Is he going to be spotting for this? Can he see anything? I don't think he can, but now he sees it as they fall off the boost. He might try to go in for the pursuit, and there's no one to be caught. They do escape just in the nick of time there. But a 1-for-1. And Taco, oh, you thought that maybe you'd get that one. But Phelps will pick up his kill towards Connector. This will over
The
the
off angle
shot.
from Nitro pops
Wow.
back out again, but denied by the Deagle. That's an upgrade for coldzera. And now man advantage. Stewie is very far away, which leaves Twist with a lot to do. And Twist can do a lot, but with 19 HP, are we asking too much? Now, to Stewie's advantage, MiBR like a slow run, which might allow him to catch up. He's got the AK out, and he is en route. Quietly moving forward, but again, MiBR so static. Stewie, basically a Trojan horse. He knows these playstyles. He was part of these playstyles, and now he looks to punish these playstyles.
The Punisher.
Oh, some hesitation here about the A-bomb side. They have no information. Twist. How much can he do? He goes back for the repeat there. Confident in his abilities, but coldzera is what he was up against. And Stewie in the 1 versus 2 at least, damage has been done to coldzera. And so with an unknown position, there's a real opportunity here for Stewie. He's got a kit. He's got the AK, full HP. There is an AWP out on the field, of course, but it's not planted for bathrooms. We don't have some really abusive setup for Stewie to worry about. He's going to have some fights around the bomb site. He has a smoke for bank or for the steps if he needs to. And, okay, now he's seen the plant. He's looking for bathrooms. Doesn't know where the second player is. Still trying to bait out that second player. Where is the peak? Well, coldzera, he's got the deagle. That's all that's required. And then MiBR pick up a much, much needed round.
It's almost misplay by Team Liquid with the aggressive push. They kind of gave up 2 kills by peeking and pushing instead of maybe just falling back. I mean, this map is designed, if you're going to play aggressive, get some kills, you're able to easily fall back into the bomb site. It's such a long range towards the A bomb site. And after getting caught, and again, you can't make mistakes. It's high level. You lose.
All right, both teams on a good buy. Is that a 2 or a 3-man push? What am I missing on the radar? Oh no, it's 2-man push. Up the long position. Pretty damn deep. I don't know if they've got some sound cues. Doesn't look like they have. Maybe their scope was heard. Oh boy, someone's realized something. You can see Nitro holding the angle. Nafly will deliver from CT. A deep push from MiBR, but there are too many sound cues, I can only assume. And Nafly heads back towards the B-bomb site now, as the bomb was not spotted. But in fact, the bomb has taken place on long from the fallen Brethren, and this is going to be painful for somebody around Divider once that smoke goes. I think Alicia's got the off angle now. Quietly walking in, 5 versus 2. He falls back before Phelps can do anything or see anything. Alicia caught a grenade in his hand, still alive for now. Here comes the support from Stewie. And coldzera has seen no one yet. He's in a 1 versus 5. Can't even get around the corner. That's a very strong run from T-Liquid.
I like the setup there where Stewie's able to support either Nitro or Alicia and just react based off of who takes contact. And
I did like what MiBR did that round by rushing long. It's actually really hard to hear them if you hug that left wall of long. You have to actually be kind of deep, long bathrooms to hear that run up. So if they're by short or even by the entrance of the bathroom, you can't hear that long run up.
yeah, it's like running on the grass. The sound feels fairly muted almost as well. Like ninjas running around with their
Pajamas.
socks and shoes off, just bare feet to make as minimal noise as possible. Lee, she's found his way into a flanking position there, and all of them on the other, we caught off guard. Just Phelps just trying to, he's just spitting at his opponents with that speed, that CZ.
All right, MiBR. Call timeout, MiBR. Wake up, pick up Fur, slap him around a little bit. He's 0-9.
Okay.
You can't have Fur
crikey.
be 0-9. He is a playmaker for your team. Call timeout. Fallen, call timeout. Oh, come on, Fallen. Got to pump up your team at this point because obviously they're not hitting shots. Their time's a little off. Team Liquid's just looking really crisp.
Yeah, I'm changing my prediction. I jest.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
I do.
You a jester?
Smoke through the flames for a fast peek. we got to think very quickly there onto Naf. Like, down to 2 HP after the nades. Naf barely escaping with his life.
That was a nice pace. You don't see those grenades deployed that fast, but it's the combination of taking the short B with the smoke increases the likelihood of somebody spotting or spraying in that position, so that's pretty cool. Nice attention to detail from MiBR, but everything slows down and there are 10 people alive.
Will there be a flash for Stewie to peek monster from Nafly? Does he have a flash? I don't think he does. He does have a...
Doesn't.
No, he doesn't. Just looking at these.
He has no utility.
Taka might find a perfect timing here. Ooh, this is pretty scary. He's just going in, tap, walk away again. So annoying. So annoying. He's trying to distract them. Stewie does get his flash into the monster position, goes for the sprays, and he finds 1 kill. And they see so many players. They see 3 players. The rotation is queued because of this. And sure, the MiBR know that. They've got enough time to rotate out if they want to, but the bomb is committed towards the monster tunnel, so that would be very risky. Better to just go into the bomb site, and that's what they're going to do. This boost is very strong, and that is why.
Some information for Naf. Does he wait for a second player?
Oh yeah, he does.
Oh, this patience is going to pay off. Can they line up for him? Now he could just wait even longer. He knows Cold's on the site. Don't face the site. Cold's on there. And here's Phelps as well. Just needs him to line up. One's in the T-Water, grabbing the bomb, but he's going to come back. Oh, has he seen him? He hasn't seen him. And there is the master stroke. Beautiful trigger discipline from Nafly. Wins the round.
2 HP, and he does that. That is ballsy.
The crazy thing is that it wasn't almost even required because I think when they tried to plant the bomb, I don't think there was even time at that point. But
at that point, he's calling though. You know, he's like, "Oh, here's a player there. There's a player there." This information's so good.
Yes, the round is over for sure.
All right, Fur, come on. This is your round, Fur.
Oh, can you imagine if he gets no kills the entire half? Can you imagine that?
That'd suck. I've been there before. It's not fun. Very frustrating.
Fallen will take down Elige. They've taken a lot of utility damage, actually, so even though they are 5 versus 4, it might be a bit deceiving. Nafly going for information here. He's got Sewers, now he's pushing Monster. Now, that is the reason why Taco's there, because... Ooh, Naf actually spots it. Naf's going to try to pursue here. This is actually pretty interesting, because Naf can get forward position. If they were going towards B, Naf has really slowed things down, shut things down. He's anticipating Phelps because he knows that there's play towards this B side of the map. So Naf is in a position to do so much, but he's by himself. Finally, Twist is coming in to support him, but he has to be careful.
Look at chasing him. coldzera with the bomb is the one flanking him now. Waiting for that smoke to go, running out of bullets. He's got to punish the reload, but he hasn't got time. He was so close to the head. That would have been around surely. But after all that play, there's still a chance. I don't know if Twist was just spotted by Cold. If he wasn't, this could be brutal. There's a bounce, but he doesn't manage to avoid it. Speaking of bounces, coldzera using the tunnel to fly forward and take out Twist. Stewie trying to catch him off guard. Surely there's not more rotation, but in fact there is. Fair by the pillar, spotted, swatted. That leaves coldzera vulnerable in the smoke. Still 9 bullets for Stewie, finding him with the last bullet, of course. That's Fallen with 14 HP, 1 versus 2. Hasn't been seen for a while, I do not think. Got to be careful around the pillar. Nitro's found a flashbang. Moving towards the monster position. He's got the sound cues Fallen. He can't take a duel. He's got to pick very, very wisely. Not showing on the first, not believing that the bomb's being defused. Comes out the second, he knows what's going on. Can't go deep enough. Stewie denies him as well. 3k for Stewie. That was a great round from Team Liquid. And Nafly especially.
Yeah, Naf's play was awesome. That's the kind of stuff at the elite level where it's so awesome because you get a player that's deep in this position. He's got so many opportunities. He understands Counter-Strike so well. He's got great execution mechanics. So there's so much work he can do here. And at the same time, you've got MiBR having to respond to this. They know that Team Liquid have all this information. They know that Team Liquid have the ability to move behind him. So it's such a cool spot. That's one of the reasons why Counter-Strike is so great. Because how often do you see that? It's so rare. That specific scenario.
Very high level play, and just knowing and the feel of the game. Nafly is really considered one of the smartest players in NA and probably the world. He's very smart, very good and clutch.
Yeah, no, it's a steal for sure.
feels no emotion.
So MiBR really, truly being shut down on their T side enormously, and Team Liquid are playing it very well. And one thing I've noticed about their style against MiBR is they're not really going too aggressive. There's a lot of teams where going really aggressive is important because you get to shut down the ability for the opponents to take map control and so on and so forth. But Liquid are playing a different style, which can be more difficult to manage, but they have the skill and routine to do it.
Stewie creeping forward. I think they may have spotted the boost earlier on, but he didn't know how many people might be covering it. So goes on a little venture, doesn't quite work out for him.
Shame there's no flashbang for him or something.
See a Liege on the flank now. They're pretty low on utility actually. Still need to see Molotov in short B with a flashbang to the blind and they die in the flames. One day it might happen. MiBR creeping through Monster. We've got T's flanking, we've got CT's flanking. This is absolutely bananas. The rotation being heard by First, a free kill for him. That smoke won't be up for much longer, but there are 5 seconds to plant this bomb. Oh, he's exposed! Oh no, that's a complete disaster. Not expecting Liquid to be there, and that's another timeout win for the chaps in blue.
Oh man, 4 seconds left. Plant safe, plant safe. Even though you want the best plant possible, I've seen too many rounds fail because of that.
I think he had some concern about short B.
Yeah.
As opposed to CT, so I think that was the issue. There was no safe plant.
Good point, good point.
Because the last thing they knew about short was that just Twist killed someone there, so they must have been expecting it. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Pretty crazy scenarios on the map at the moment. Because it never looks like MiBR is like completely out of these rounds. Although Team Liquid have, they're so good at picking up the information they need and just working out exactly what's happening. They will deflect the aggression from MiBR. MiBR trying to turn up the pace, but they are running into a brick wall. And it has not had great results for them. The Scout versus the Orb. So this round is not looking like it's going to go the way of MiBR. It's a nice frag from Fur, though.
The bomb's got to be picked up.
Oh my god, Fur has 3 kills, Taco has 3 kills, Phelps has 3 kills, Fallen has 3 kills. That is actually really ridiculous. Only
Cold Zero is still positive, of course.
And he's got 10 more than them, the 13. Wow. That is actually kind of nuts.
You usually don't see all of them perform that poorly. Usually it's like 1 or 2 sometimes if they're doing really bad. But for 4 people, it's not good.
It is not. Not much for First to do at this point. Does he run to his doom to keep the money together with his team? If not, he's going to be very behind, but it's 15 seconds. He barely has time to even run to the sides. But it seems he will try. Well, there's the first opportunity, and he's actually got a bomb plant situation now. All of a sudden, he's in a clutching situation. From potentially saving, he's in a 1 versus 2. Trying to escape to Monster, able to do that. Will they give him the time to rotate towards shorts?
He lost a lot of health, though, just escaping. Through that smoke, the bullets are flying. He's gone for the big rotation, but it's such a common play, as you can't hold on to Monster, that they will surely anticipate this. They've checked Monster. They know he's short. And he'll go for a peek, surely into the off angle of Twist. And indeed, Twist is there, ready and waiting. So Liquid will control the situation, but indeed it was a pretty incredible spot that Fur managed to actually get a bomb down in a 1v2. It's a good effort.
Man, Team Liquid up 11-2. They're just out shooting MiBR so much. At this point in the game, I don't know if there's a strat that can work, other than maybe just keep it, just simplify your playstyle, maybe your default or something. They're trying to get spread out, but Team Liquid's everywhere. They're just playing the map at CT brilliantly, pushing randomly, flanking, mixing it up.
Yeah, it's actually pretty incredible. They play such an awesome style of CS. It reminds me a little bit of Astralis I mean, that's Liquid are always the team that, for me, will be the most comparable. And it's just partly because, you know, as I mentioned, often, you know, an effective way to play Overpass is to get aggressive. But when you're playing against really good opposition, it doesn't work quite as well these days. And Liquid have this really tight solution where they play these really strong, more defensive setups that are so hard to deal with. And Taco again poking, prodding from the monster tunnel, seeing if he can get some value here. And he will. Catches Stewie at a timing that was not favorable for Stewie, and no one was watching this position. So Taco finally, he's created something for his team to work with.
Gap in the smoke. Nitro up top. It's one taken out. 3 CCs here at the very least. Fur standing in plain sight. Get himself a kill. Phelps on a slow flank. They just need to entertain in the meantime. If he goes towards the balcony, this round is over. And it's a much needed round by MiBR. Here he goes, Phelps, towards that balcony. One player out on the high ground. Doesn't spot a player in the water though, but surely Nitro can't clutch this 1 versus 3. It's too much. And there is a much needed round for MiBR.
So giving themselves a chance to not get picked off, get into the bomb site. They decide to go for a B take. Taco with a nice entry kill. Opens up the bomb site. Gives MiBR the 3rd round of the half. Now do you do something similar? Just kind of group up, peek together.
The smoke to create space. Lee's jumping backwards. 3 HEs going his way, but he'll mostly survive. Phelps can't cut off the pinch of the short B position, but there are no Ts there. Information which Liquid that most certainly have. Oh, the gamble push! They're ready for it. The meat shots from Nafly. A mag 7 in the last round. Can't have been expecting that. And it comes at great cost. This is a nice off angle from Stewie, actually. Nothing Cold Zero can do about that. He's got a confidence that his teammate has the connected position, but we've got problems on the B-bomb site.
Problems for who? Smokes down defensively really limit Taco's ability to do anything, and you can see there's, I think, even a small gap there to be abused by Stewie, as the last resort here will be the A bomb site as Fallen and Fur rotate towards those positions. And indeed, it's rare that you see such a low fragging half from MiBR, and the best case that they can finish this half with is 4 rounds. So maybe I underestimated Team Liquid slightly because they are looking pretty incredible right now, and they were in 2018 the top 2 team in the world. There we go. They're able to creep onto the side, but maybe not creep far enough. He's shaking down Fur. Fallen in clutch mode. This is what he does. This is who he is. And there it is. A good start. But how does he get the pressure off to get enough time to plant the bomb? He needs to get the bomb plant sooner than later because he's going to run out of time. And there's enough bodies here that they can actually try to commit to just, whether it's a fake or not, they can just try to trade it out. And indeed, an impossible scenario for Fallen and a horrible half for MiBR.
Very horrible indeed. Very horrible. No more than 7 kills for most of these players. Can they get more in the second half? Certainly hope so. Find out after this break.
But I am glad to be here. Up and down, around and back again. Year after year. Nobody's gonna save me. Nobody but myself. So I better get to it. Money don't
Is that a plane? What is that? It almost sounded like a plane. I don't know what it is. Ambient sound. And we are riding with Phelps, and now we're not anymore. And now we're back. Smoking a defuse kit for Fallen. Stewie and Nitro will have the grenades for Team Liquid. We've got 2 decoys. One's been thrown by Nitro. I wonder if it has any purpose, like if it's a fake smoke or something, because otherwise I feel like it's just a waste of money. $50, that could go a long way. $50 that could net you an AWP later on. I do want to use decoys more as a fake flashbang, as a AWP decoy to troll and bait people into trying to punish a shot that wasn't real. We've got smokes going into the B bomb sites. And Molotovs as well, presumably towards the barrel position. Taco's been smoked off. It is retake territory for MiBR.
It's going to be tough. They need the pistol round so desperately. And... okay, the bomb will go down. Lee's creeping at the full clock. It's going to pay off for him. And bomb is a guaranteed money bonus no matter what happens. And all the MiBR players spilling through the short position. And it's looking difficult. 2 versus 2, or 1 versus 2, as Elige now evens things up here. So it's anyone's, but Fallen will fall to the superior Glock usage of Elige. He looked really good that round, and he will tie it down for his team. He's 17 for 5 right now. And
that was a wild retake by MiBR. I had 4 people catwalk. It's kind of unusual to have that many people come from one choke point on the CT retake. Surprised MiBR got as many kills as they did. But then again, Team Liquid probably expect 4 people to come from catwalk.
So Liquid will know that they're force buying. It's really obvious. I think majority of teams would do it in this position. So I like that they're rushing Monster. I think it's if you can get through this initial choke point, everything starts to get easier and easier as time goes on. But Phelps around the pillar is doing some damage here. Taco showing himself around the pillar as well. And they've done it. 4 versus 2, 2 scouts remain. How much more can MiBR do with these?
Nefla has a smoke, which would be fantastic to obscure vision in this position. And increase the division. Can't think of any otherwise. Increase the division in this war of attrition. Let's go. It came too late, but we got there in the end. And it's the participation that counts, yeah?
What?
Shut up. Oh! Juicy. What does he drop? I don't know. The Hounds of Justice chasing down MiBR. The Anarchists of Team Liquid trying to cause more mayhem. These scouts may be held on to. Looks reasonable. Falling with the Shark Scout, I respect it. It's a man who knows what he wants.
And there we go. 14 to 3. Does Elige still have his knives?
He had the... what do you call it again? The Shadow Daggers.
He changed
Oh, he's
it.
got another one. Maybe he's got one for both sides, like I do. I got 10 for both sides.
Or he just changes it every other day because he can.
It is the plain ones as well.
Yeah, it's
the
always...
plain ones. It's got a plain stat track, bayonets. The bayonet's so satisfying. That stats flip is so satisfying, especially when you're AWPing and you're pressing Q. It's glorious. Checks all the usual positions, even the triple stack, which is reasonable in this. Look at it. Look at the StarCraft aim, guys. Respect it. Jumping Molotovs. He is really looking to savage these people. He's got somewhere to be. One in the water, none in the water. Fallen with the scout. MiBR getting absolutely deleted on Overpass. Round by round, Liquid are victimizing them. They're exploiting them. They've got their faces in the dirt and their feet on the back of their heads.
Such a graphic image.
Is that necessary?
But Team Liquid,
We're storytellers.
They do look like sharks.
It's not R.R. Martin. You know, it could be worse.
What do you mean it could be worse?
If I was storytelling like him, you know, people getting their faces bitten off and stuff. Game of Thrones.
That's right.
In the books.
I keep it real.
Put some respect on my name.
Birdman.
Stu is in control now for Liquid. And alright. Hog versus Mac 10, not great for the Mac 10, but Liquid trying to keep that pace high, really trying to catch MiBR off guard and just finish this immediately, but Taco's going to find the back up twist, and that's going to be the end of him. So, 2v4. And with the Fur in this position, it's pretty much over. I say that, but Stewie, I mean, he's a capable player. Stewie's a capable player, but I think this is a little too much to ask. 1 versus 4, and he'll be discovered, and there you go. So, I mean, Liquid just tried, you know, I mean, it's somewhat of the bonus rounds, and, you know, they kept some of the SMGs and so on, and they were just trying to go for it with a fast pace, trying to outshoot their opponents. They were unable to do so, and it is an enormous ask, an 11-round ask for MiBR, 11 in a row. Is it possible?
It's possible. MiBR CT side, absolutely. Although this is one of their hardest challenges, but it is possible. It is within the realm of possibility. Got the flashbangs. Fair will be denied, but he'll get the HE off. Oh, look at the damage. Stewie eats it in the face. Generally, people eat in the face. It's the thing they do. But some people eat in the tube. 11 rounds for MiBR to pull back. What a save. That's a fantastic save. You have to respect that. Elige moving through the toilets. Trying to neutralize the setup. He hears the scope, the flicker of the EO tech. And there's Fur taken out. One more to find. Fallen creeping on the outside, taking Stewie out. Contemplating his use of the smoke grenade, and he creeps.
So Liquid look ready to attack A, but the defense is pretty fortified on the A-bomb side. It will be soon enough, perhaps, or maybe not, because it is actually just fallen on the side itself. The rotation didn't make it there just yet. And so it looks like Liquid have found the perfect timing, and we are about to see perhaps a conclusion to Overpass. And there's Taco has something to say about it, and he does! A quick 2k, and he has made it a doable clutch as the bomb has just planted. He's got plenty of time, he's got more damage, he's taken almost none himself. He is looking like the juggernaut in this moment, and we'll have to see if he can finish that way as well. A single flashbang and a kit, that's what he has to work with. And he has some time to try to find these players, try to force them out. He's got to be so careful. He doesn't know where the second player is. The molly. He could try to go for it, drop a flashbang or something. Okay, he's baited out one. That's another frag. The one tap. Another player, though. So much to ask for poor Taco, and he can't do it. 16-4. It was a good effort.
Very noble effort by Taco.
That was wow.
That was amazing.
The whole match, well, that last round by Taco, nice shots, but the whole match, I mean, Team Liquid looked like they were just pub stomping some other team. But that other team's MiBR.
Yeah, they looked like they had to be forced to play an online qualifier for a tournament and were just like doing the rounds. Actually, they are doing that for Cologne, I believe, so maybe that's how it will look as well. Maybe they're preparing, maybe they're angry. But that was a very solid game of Overpass from Team Liquid. Great, just a great effort overall. Absolutely shut everything down. They gave MiBR nothing. They took everything, and the score, I think, reflects that. So that is the first map in the bag. I believe we're going to Mirage next as map number 2, and I would expect that MiBR will have a much better showing, but will it be good enough? Will it be good enough to take it to a third map? We will find out after the break. Stay back, stay tuned. We will be back. Something like that.